This is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna call up Sam, next speaker. Take it away.
Hey everybody, so my name's Sam and I'm a grade 12 student at Prince of Wales Secondary. Do we have any high school kids out there in the audience today? Okay, cool. So I'm here today because of what I was taught as a kid. My parents taught me a few things. They taught me some values. My dad taught me to live by the 3 L's, love, laugh, learn. And I was also taught that I should treat others how I want to be treated. That's why I care about climate change. I am not a foreign-funded radical. I am a kid, and I am scared for my future. So this summer, my dad and I, we took a road trip to the Canadian Rockies. So we loaded up the Prius, we drove to Jasper, and we biked from Jasper to Banff. And it was one of the coolest things I've ever done. 5 days of beautiful cycling in the sun. There were wildflowers on the side of the road, big mountains all around us. We even had a close encounter with a grizzly bear. But the most memorable part of that trip for me wasn't that. What it was it was walking on the Athabasca Glacier, actually. Yeah, so what it is, the Athabasca Glacier, it comes pretty close to the highway in between Jasper and Banff, and you can just walk on it. You can just walk up to it, and what we did is we took a picture of me at the foot of the glacier. Because I was at the glacier, my dad brought me there. But in fact, my dad had been there before. When my dad was my age, 40 years ago, his family rented a Winnebago and took a road trip across North America. And he went to that glacier, but the only difference is in the 40 years since he first went there, and this summer, is that the walk from the highway to the foot of the glacier has gotten about 500 meters longer. And someday, when I have kids, I want to bring them there. And I still want there to be a glacier to go back to. When I pull out that picture that we took this year, I don't want it to look any different. Someday, when future generations look to us and they ask us about climate change and they ask us, what the hell were you thinking? I want to be able to say I tried. I know. And all of you, everyone here today, I look out and I see thousands of people. 20 years from now, 50 years from now, everyone here will be able to look back on this day and say, that day, I was in the best possible place, doing the most important possible thing I could be doing with my life. Right now, we're fundamentally changing the planet. It seems to be our politicians' goals to leave behind my generation with an economy running on the fuel sources of the 19th and 20th century. I don't appreciate that. This week, actually, I had to apologize for my country. Someone from Australia sent me a message on Facebook. And recently, Australia scrapped their climate action plan, and instead of reprimanding them for that, the Harper government congratulated them. It's time we start being part of the solution, not the problem. We're told that we need these dirty energy projects in our future and in our country because it'll help the economy. Well, I have a message for all of you from my generation. That is not the economy we want for our future. Now, going back to that story about my trip to Jasper, the funny thing is, there's actually a tar sands pipeline that cuts right through Jasper National Park. And in 2008, they expanded that pipeline. They built a pipeline spur through Jasper National Park. Who knew that? Okay, I see like 8 hands. So that was 5 years ago in 2008. They built a tar sands pipeline through one of the most pristine national parks in the world, and no one knew. It was not a media issue. No one cared. Since then, 5 years later, pipelines are the forefront of Canadian political debate. We have parties at the provincial level, the national level, coming out against them. And when in history has national energy policy and resource development been dinner table conversation? If this is how far we have come in 5 years, from building a pipeline in a national park and having no one know or care, to having it be the biggest issue in North American politics, I want to see where we're going to be 5 years from now, and I can't wait. Today I look before me and I see thousands thousands of people standing up for what they believe in. I see people standing up for our coast. I see people standing up against climate change. I see people standing up for the victims of Super Typhoon Haiyan. I say this to our government. If you want to stand up for my generation, start by standing up to the Enbridge pipeline. You know why? It's because, it's more than a pipeline. It's a path to tar sands expansion. You've all seen the ads, right? Where they're like, yeah, it's more than a pipeline, it's a path to prosperity. Well, you know what? It's not a path to prosperity. It's a path to oil spills, and it's a path to catastrophic climate change. But in the end, that is a path that we're not going to walk down. They have money, but we have people. They have industry-funded lobbyists, but we have meaningful relationships with friends and family. They have dirty fossil fuels, but we have love for our children and for future generations. And most importantly, they have greed, but we have hope. And that's why we're going to win, because we're hopeful that we can get to a better world if we come together. It is our future we're talking about here. Now I want you to say this with me. It's our future. It's our future. It's our future. It's our future. Louder. It's our future. 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 Thank you. We're going to win this one together.
Is it just me, or is that the most impressive high school student you've ever seen? Sam, when are you going to be old enough that I can vote for you? No, like seriously.